future, but you're a little bit emotionally disconnected. But now all of that changes as Venus falls into into Pisces. When it falls into Pisces, your heart softens up a bit. You're a lot more attached to the emotional investment of being in relationships and companionships and partnerships. It adds the element of water that really floods you with whatever intense emotion that you're feeling for that person. You're very intuitive about your partners, I think, in this type of energy. There's a sense of, if you're going to move forward, you're going to align yourself with partners that have some sense of longevity. Whenever I think of Pisces, I think of the 12th house, the energy that is the cumulative energy. It's the ending of the zodiac. So to me, you're trying to align yourself with not just partners that encourage forward movement or that encourage creative thinking and a visionary type mindset, which you all need in this energy as well. But it's just that the difference is there's a lot more emotion connected, and you start to feel feelings, deep, deep feelings, if you're in the right relationship. You're deeply attracted to those that are in need. You are very compassionate in this energy. The way that you seek pleasure is to actually love, nurture, protect, come to the aid of people. That is a way that you will show outwardly how much you care about somebody. You do have a problem with saying no because, again, even though when Venus is in Pisces, it's very much a pleasure-seeking energy. So excesses are very easy to step into when you start to get in this energy. I just want to warn you. So say you're really attaching to the lovemaking, you feel connected, that's where you feel like you guys plug in, you're going to get excessive there. Or say that, the conversations that you have where you guys just seem to mold and understand each other, that there's a deep emotional bond there. There's that investment. You want to do that, but excessive. You want to pour your heart and soul out. You want to talk about your dreams, your wishes, and you're hoping that this person is as enthusiastic about all this hope as you are. This is all about hope. You're going to attach to relationships that generate hope. This doesn't just have to do with romantic relationships, although it's primarily going to impact those relationships. Any sort of companionship, relationship, union of any sort, you're really going to start to pour your heart into. You're going to feel a lot more love and compassion. Anything that you deeply pour your heart into as well, like say, if you love your home, you're going to want to pour your heart into, having some sort of creative inspiration at home. So for some of you that, work from home, it's a great place. You're going to feel comfortable, nurtured in your home environment, and you're going to start to feel a sense of pleasure and belonging and grounded in whatever area of your life that you really invest your heart in. Anyhow, guys, I am going to be right back to tell you how this is going to affect your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign. Hi, Aries. This is Annette with Annette Astrology, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. For all of you, this is going to have to do with the part of the chart that, where you sit back and it's kind of behind the scenes work. So for some of you, you may be working on something on the down low with partners. So some of you may be exploring boundaries in your relationships. You may be hiding a relationship or your feelings for someone. You're feeling it out. You're flirting. You're charming. You're seeing if where your boundaries lie, if you can push them, just a little bit to see if there's any sort of romantic intent there. You may also be attracted to someone who may not be emotionally available. It's very common when you have when you have Venus squaring off with Mars, that you're very passionate and you want somebody, but perhaps that somebody doesn't have feelings for you, or it's something that you're working through. Like you want somebody, but you don't know if you want to take that step because there's a sense of suffering when you get into relationships, or that you start to trust somebody. You're working through all of that in this energy. Now remember, wherever energy starts doesn't mean that's not where it ends. A transit is to help you work through stuff. And in this case, it has something to do with some sort of suffering regarding relationships. This is a lot of energy that is focusing on diving deep, working through where you suffer, releasing it, healing it, and allowing yourself to feel like you are then worthy to not experience any hesitation. This is about, if you really want to tap into really high energy, this is about filling your heart back with the desire to trust and have companionships and, emotionally invest in them, to walk forward, to let some of the restrictions go that you have built up around you to protect you. That's really important in this energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching that Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next Ask Me Much Living. Hi, Taurus. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. So, where Pisces is sitting in your chart, it's in hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's also in friendships, social circles, social networking, and it is conjunct with Neptune. So to me, the way that you're loving somebody right now, or the way that you're partnering or thinking about future partnership is you're idealizing outcomes. Unfortunately, when this happens, Mars squares off with idealizing outcomes that cannot move you forward, will not expand you. So if you're in relationships with somebody that, even a friendship, say you have a friendship and you guys are keeping it at a friendship, but it's clear that there's more going on. It's clear that there's something, you guys aren't just friends with benefits, but you want to keep it safe because that makes you feel safe. You and your partner, there's going to be a squaring off in this energy and a realization that, you got a Pisces heart right now. And there's a sense of all of this emotion washing into your soul and making it impossible to maintain boundaries. I think boundaries is going to be the big issue in this particular transit for you. So you may feel that you're making a change that may impact your social acceptance as well. Understand, some of you, if there's the realization that you care for somebody, there may be the realization that once you announce that, it could put off somebody in your social circle, and it could be somebody that you care about. And it could have, it could be a fiery energy that doesn't appreciate this announcement. A commitment to one person may feel limiting. You may be used to being able to roam and have options, and if you really the realization is you care about this person, but the realization is also, what do you lose if you go that next step? That's super hard to deal with. You may feel like you're hiding an attraction to a friend, or that you secretly admire somebody on social media from afar. You feel impatient and restless, and you want to, seek attention from that person. There's just a need for your feelings to be recognized, or for them to be validated, or for you to feel like that's an actual option for you moving forward. And you want to be really careful about the steps you take, because I want you to attach to reality and not to what you're idealizing about a situation. Because the reality is, these are the limitations. This is what is going to prevent us from moving forward. It's about talking and being very, very realistic about expectations moving forward for you. And, you don't have to look at somebody from afar and silently suffer and want somebody that you feel like you can't have. I mean, in this energy, it's all about starting over. It's all about that next step, taking the steps to make yourself completely and utterly happy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Gemini. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. So for you, this event, your ruler is going to be conjunct with Chiron, conjunct with Neptune, all dealing with your career, life, path, destiny. Now, you're going to be finding the ability to focus on the future, career, life, path, destiny, very difficult, because there's a sense of, in this type of energy, your thoughts are scattered. There's many things that you're attaching to and identifying your future with. And I think what it is you're trying to isolate that. Venus rules money, you know, and it also rules the pleasure that you associate with that. So whatever career, life, path, destiny that you are trying to figure out, it has to give you a sense of pleasure. And I think that that's where it goes wrong. This isn't about just going to a 9-to-5 job and doing what you always do. This is a sense of what pleases me, what plugs me in, what makes me feel like I'm giving back. There's a lot of compassion that goes along with this energy. So it could be something that you need to give to somebody in order to feel like there's an achievement associated with it. So, to make it worse in this energy, because there's, you know, Saturn and Mars is going to be squaring off with this conjunction. So your Mercury is your mind. It's in Pisces. It's kind of scattered. There's a lack of focus. You forget the small details, because you're so caught up in dreaming about the future. You have this picture in your mind. And you really want that. And Chiron is in here conjunct with all of this, you know, really pulling out the areas where there's fear or hesitation or limitation. Where are you holding yourself back? Where's that wound that doesn't allow you to really have the confidence to move forward? Why can't you stick to one thing? Here's the problem. Your twins are going in separate directions at this point. And that's because of all the opposition that's going on. So you have this need to be free to roam, to figure things out. And then you have this pull of, I need to make changes. They need to be definite. I need to lay down a foundation. And, you know, my relationship is really putting the pressure on. The relationships in my life are really putting the pressure on for me to stop being so scattered. And so there's a sense of, I feel like you're overwhelmed. When this happens with Venus being in Pisces, it's easy for you to, especially when your ruler is conjunct with Neptune and Chiron, it's easy for you to want to check out. You're overwhelmed, anxiety, you got moody. 1 minute you're fine, 1 minute you're going in one direction, the next minute you're going in the next direction. All of this is a pleasure you're trying to seek a pleasurable outcome. And it needs to be immediate because you're not feeling good because of all the Mars and the Saturn square. So I think what you need to do is to if your relationships in your life, your significant partnerships, start to put pressure on you and they become judgmental and argumentative and critical, I think you need to just pull back and really focus your energy on yourself and be a little selfish, because right now you're trying to control your thoughts, and it's really hard in this energy with all the mutable energy, really creating a lot of scattered focus. It would be very hard for you to solve a relationship dynamic right now with this type of scattered focus. So, you know, I don't think figuring out the direction of a relationship is where you should be focusing. I see the highest form of vibration for you in the midst of this intense square, focusing on changing your life. What you need to do is figure out your career, life path, destiny. And then that can be something that people can count on. It just seems like right now, one minute you're doing one thing, the next minute you're doing the other thing, and there's no commitment to anything. So relationships may see that instability as a lack of focus and commitment, and it could be very, very a critical time for you when you're just trying to find you. So during this transit, you know, what I would say is don't just tell people what they want to hear. It's going to be easy for you to do that because you want to just feel good. And you know what to say to make people feel good and give you the response that you need. But telling people what they want to hear is only going to give you consequences down the line. So just be mindful that your needs and wants are going to change right now. You're in a dual energy. And so you just need to respect that and just tell people, I don't know what I want right now. I don't know if I want a commitment. I don't know if I want a relationship. I don't know where I want to live. I don't know what I want to do right now. You're a piece of clay. You're being molded, and it's very, very saturated. And you're just trying to find the form yourself. You're feeling your clay, and you're really trying to intuitively pour a lot of your energy into manifesting your own piece of clay. And I think in this energy, it is good to be selfish. The pleasure that you're going to find is a sense of accomplishment and commitment to focusing on you and your desires, your needs, and your wants, and less on what everybody else is expecting you of, because then you're just going to try to mold your clay to them. So be mindful of the fact that you are in a time of just a little bit of a test, and you could try to do a little bit too much attention seeking and that immediate need for pleasure. Beware of that. It's very real in this energy. It could make a devastating impact on your key relationships, on your home and family, if you were to go attention seek for immediate gratification. Just remember that there's a ramification, and Saturn and Mars is there to give you one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Cancer, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now, I just love your energy. Lately, you guys have just seemed to be one of the chosen ones by the universe to get blessed with a lot of beautiful energy. I love that where the moon sits at the time of that the energy shifts, that it is in Taurus, and Taurus is grounding. It's a grounding energy. And then you have that moon sextiling, sorry, I love Pisces energy squaring. It's just kicking my ass. I'm trying to do these videos, but anyhow. So we got the moon in Taurus, and we've got Mercury and Neptune in a sextile. So this is about expansion, acceptance, belief. You have faith, you have hope. You're just in a place where I deeply feel that you're willing to start to open your life to other people. You're going to become more expressive. You're going to want to expand your social circles. It'll be very easy for you to do. There's a lot of acceptance for your opinions, I think, in this energy. You're going to find it very easy to talk about and help guide people. I think you're going to be a point for a lot of people where you can steer them toward an outcome, because you're just so divinely guided right now, and you're just at peace with where you are. You're not caught in what you desire, need, or want. So you have this beautiful energy that's just, people are going to start to seek you out because they're a little lost in their own energy. So this transit starts out, you're going to feel very hopeful. Many of your thoughts provide you great peace. You may feel very, very loved, supported, and solid in a relationship. Relationships, to me, just feel at ease. There's a sense of stability, grounding from some of your closest relationships for you. This could be a father, a union, a partnership, a relationship, all fall under this energy. I see the father being a source of comfort for some of you, or a masculine figure, or an authority figure, or somebody that has a lot of wisdom. Is somebody I see deeply falling into these categories that really help, that you can exchange ideas with, and there seems to be an understanding and an expansion as you have these conversations. You're going to find that you're very charming, you're very attractive, you're very easy to talk to be around, you are stable, loving, and very, very compassionate in this energy. You're going to draw people to you. People are going to be attracted. Venus rules attraction, and it's in Pisces, which is a fellow water sign for you. So because you are so blessed in this energy, you're going to find that people honestly are just, they see something in you. And there's the sense of opportunity in this energy, opportunity for, like I said, growth, opportunity for future partnerships, opportunity for healing relationships with family members, especially siblings. Getting to know your neighbors is great in this energy. You know, getting to meet people on social media. This is all just lovely, lovely energy. I would go out there and mix and mingle for all you single cancers. This is a wonderful, wonderful transit. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching this Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Leo. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now, this is a big, big time for growth and transformation. I love this energy. Now, the sun is in Pisces and it's squaring Saturn in this energy. And the sun is conjunct Chiron in this energy. So, facing something that either used to bring you pain, used to be an area that you used to suffer in, or still currently do, an area that you need to have a lot of compassion for, somebody's situation, is going to be the area that I think manifests the most change. This is going to be in an area that has to do with children. It has to do with pleasure. It has to do with taking risks. For some of you, you may be hesitating to take a risk because there's a fear of pain associated with taking risks, because it's been such an extreme time for you. There is a little bit of instability in the universe. Intuitively, you know it. But there's a sense of this creative energy that's flowing through your mind, and it's clearing everything out, and it's giving you brand new perspectives on things that I think is making you feel good. Venus rules feeling good and pleasure and money and charm and enthusiasm, which I feel like you're going to start aligning with, and it's going to start to pull you out of possibly hiding for some of you. So a partnership may grow in this energy. You are very sensitive in this energy. Your heart, your desires, they all center around playfulness. You're just very alive in this energy, I feel. Many of you may be regenerating an old relationship, a twin flame, a soulmate, or starting a new connection in this energy. In this energy, you may be tempted to say what others want to hear to get attention. Stay authentic, and you will stay away from the Saturn squaring the risk energy that it's really emphasizing. The devil is going to be in the details for some of you that are trying to take financial risks. I just encourage you that you really need to be detail oriented, and when you're examining any sort of risk, the pros and cons are ideal. We have in opposition Jupiter to Piscean energy, the sun's in Pisces. So expansion can go either way. It can be very opportunistic, and it can align you with something you value. If it's something that the universe feels that it's going to be futuristic and very beneficial. If you're wanting to take a risk based on pleasure, but you're not thinking about the big picture, you didn't consider the devil in the details, guess what? Jupiter can expand that area too and make you much more responsible for, a poor decision. So I would just be very aligned with talking with people and getting connections if it's any sort of signing a contract or anything that you're doing where you're going to make a commitment to something in this energy, because there may be something that you don't see. It could easily come up in this energy as you're kind of filled with dreamy hope right now in just about every aspect. So you just want to be mindful of that. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching this astrology corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Virgo, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner. This is your energetic reading for Venus in moving into Pisces. Now, your rulers in Pisces, it's conjunct Neptune, it's conjunct Chiron. It's opposing Virgo, and that is having to do with how you appear to others. So here's what I see. I see that some of you are caught in these relationships or idealizing relationships, or you have a picture in your head of what you want a relationship to be. You want to merge your life with that picture or with that ideal partner or with that ideal outcome. Unfortunately, Pisces energy at this point, that includes Venus, that includes the Sun, Mercury, Neptune, and Chiron. Think about what those energies control. And your planet is in conjunct with them. Think about your thinking is probably distorted. There's probably going to be delay in an outcome. There's probably going to be something that you didn't see coming from that. And this has to do with something between what you want, what you see yourself, or how you see what you see that you have to offer, versus the relationships you're in. I deeply believe that there's a point of contention regarding relationships. There's a sense of a reality check in relationships. And, Venus rules partnerships, unions. It rules money. It rules beauty. It rules pleasure. So, are you idealizing something that is never going to give you what you deeply desire and will give you enough pleasure associated with this? Or is this just something that looks pretty on the outside, but when you're actually in it, just isn't all that great? Positive and negative, whichever way you connect with this energy, there is going to be the possibility of deep healing and a release in this energy from a childhood or a relationship trauma. I believe for some of you, this has to do with some of the programming from when you were younger. There was perhaps something that you may have suppressed or did not see or did not realize the impact that it had, that has helped define you as a person. If you're wanting a relationship and you're finding it impossible to stay in a relationship, in a successful relationship, then at some point you have to isolate that you're the common denominator. And so when you're doing this, there's a sense of reflection that goes on, especially when we have any energy that's in Pisces. Pisces rules suffering. Chiron is in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. So that there's a sense of the realization is, I've suffered from this. How do I get out? How do I clear my identity from this place of suffering and align it with the place of, I've overcome it, I'm stronger, better, and I have more to offer? I think that's the question that comes out of this. Others mirror where we're at. So if we're having a lot of dysfunction in our lives, if we're not having any successful relationships, we've got to think about what we're not accepting about ourselves. What we're not being realistic about ourselves. What do we need to work on in ourselves? And then once we figure out what we need to work on with ourselves, then I think it's just that matter of, it's the realignment for something better. I see definitely in this energy. Remember, this is a transit. So where you start out, you often do not end in this relationship. dynamic, whatever it is, whether it's with yourself, with others, or merging the two. But the transit is to help you work out that part of your life, that chapter in your life at this present moment. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Libra, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now for you. Your ruler is inspiring you to guide others who seem to be lost in energy. I feel for you, you are in a ritual or an addiction that is consuming the way that someone aligns your soul with an outcome. So what I'm trying to say is I believe that what you're doing is you're giving people outs. You're so compassionate in this energy. You're always weighing the pros and cons anyway, but when Venus falls into Pisces, it is all about, well, this person acts this way because of this. There's this area of suffering in their life, and that's why I'm not getting what I want right now. But if I help them work through this part of their life, then they're not going to suffer anymore, and we'll heal together, and there'll be this wonderful magical union because Neptune's in Pisces, you're idealizing, you're wanting to be a healer, Chiron's in Pisces, Venus is in Pisces. So there's a sense of, to me, unfortunately, what I feel deeply is that this is more of an enabling type energy. But here's where I think it starts to turn around, and I'm so happy because you've been silently suffering with this strange dynamic in your life, this routine, this ritual that's been impacting your life. This could have something to do with, I think it has something to do with significant partnerships, unions, work relationships, unions, partnerships. You're excusing, you're helping, you're picking up the slack, and in hopes that this person just turns this around. And when in fact, I don't think that's going to be happening if you continue to be an enabler in this energy. And I don't know why I aligned with this, but I don't really know any Libras right now that are enabling, but I'm just saying, I deeply feel that there's a sense of making excuses for somebody, and you're trying to be this beautiful guiding light through all of this, when in fact their ritual is sucking you into their rituals, which is sucking you into the cycle, and which is sucking down, and it's just, they're just energy vampires as far as I can see in this energy. So you may find that some of the ritual could be is that you're on fire, you're an inspiration, you're super charming in this energy, you're idealizing something, you know what you want, and you're portraying that externally to coworkers and people, and there's a sense of competition. So for some of you, it could be a sibling that's jealous. It could be you're shining brighter than somebody, especially at work, a sibling, a neighbor. There could be some sort of strange dynamic where somebody is thinking you're getting too much attention, and there's just this competition, this need for attention in this energy. Definitely be mindful of, there's a sense of people working behind the scenes. There's a sense of, to me, when I see this type of energy, there's a sense of deception. They're telling you what you want to hear to your face, but then behind your back, there's watch yourself. And this has to do a lot with work. There's a lot of energy in your work sector. So just beware of outshining people, or paying too much attention to somebody. Somebody's going to get jealous. Like I kind of see that in this energy. It's a lovely transit, but Mars is squaring off with all Pisces energy, with your ruler in conjunct with Neptune. Neptune, in conjunct with Chiron. There's just a sense of something needs to be figured out, realized, and there's that sense of there's a humbling process that's associated with that I think then turns the relationships around. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Scorpio, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. So, lot to talk about with you, so I'm going to read what I prepared. I sit a lot with energy before I actually do these, and so I was very, very aligned with your reading. You do remain in a high vibration if you embrace Pluto and Capricorn. So you have two rulers, you have Mars and you have Pluto. Now Mars is squaring off with all the Pisces energy. That includes Venus. And Venus is the transit that we're talking about. But if you align yourself with Pluto, which is slowing down, stabilizing your energy, taking it slow, setting goals, it's all about personal empowerment, then you're going to align with the right type of energy. So to me, if you are caught in the family dynamic, some of your closest partnerships in your family, then you are going to experience a square, because I feel like they're not valuing your initiative, the actions that you're taking to get what you want and value. They may not agree or align with it. There may be some criticism associated with it, harsh opinion, judgments. It could either be you having that of family members or family members having that of you, but it really drags your energy down either way, because basically what you're wanting to do, they feel, is take risks that they're worried about you. But their criticism is actually sucking out positive energy from you, because you're idealizing the outcome and they're seeing every flaw that they can. So it's very discouraging to see where Mars is going in your energy. But where Pluto's at is it's all about dreams, hopes. It's all about conversations, deep conversations, especially with siblings. Siblings is going to be a supreme support system for you. If you have a sibling that you're very close to, I would suggest going to that sibling. For some of you, there's a sense of somebody in your life that's very wise, a very old soul that you can talk to, that is a masculine energy, that has the power and the initiative and have done things that you want to do. That's a great source to have lots of conversations with. Work through all these areas. There's a place that you're suffering. I'm sure that there's some wonderful advice that can be attained from this wonderful source in your life. Friends are going to be fabulous in this energy. They are going to help you see that the progress and the routines that you've been realigning, they see them as progressive as you do. You're going to see that there's some people in your life that just become a regular part of your routine. Those friends are very, very supportive, especially when we have this family dynamic. It's just better that you're aligning yourself with relationships, like external. I feel everything that you want to align with is more external than the internal family dynamic. And that is just because there's such a great support system out there with friends, relationships especially. With Capricorn, I believe that if you find that soul in your home that you can talk to, that you can trust, that you know has wonderful wisdom and has your back, that is also a great source. The people that I'm talking about in your family that I would hesitate to really invest a lot of time in right now, the relationships, is the people that have more of a idealistic, they don't live in the reality that you live in. They idealize your outcome. They don't live with whom you are. They see you as something that you're not. And in order to keep them happy, you probably have to keep up that facade and that illusion. But it's very frustrating because you want to be real, but you really can't be, because then there would be this dramatic conversations, a lot of hurt feelings, and a lot of things would come up that you just I don't think you really want to just mentally go down. So beware of defending a belief with a family member. Your beliefs are probably expanding. You're probably considering a lot of unconventional belief systems, and that can be very offensive to somebody who has a much more conservative, narrow-minded point of view about belief systems. You will walk away from that interaction feeling isolated. This will only create a great deal of pain and stir up an old childhood insecurities for some. Again, this person wants you to believe like them. They want to control. They think they know everything. And in this energy, I don't believe that. So I believe wisdom comes from life experience. And if somebody stays stuck in this one regimented way in their life, and they're refusing to examine the current state, the mutable energy of the world, and the wonderful ways that you could believe and expand your belief systems, then I believe that they would be able to absorb it. Remember that our belief system gives us much peace and pleasure. You know, if I believe in hope, if I believe in faith, if I believe in a wonderful outcome, then guess what? I have the enthusiasm to go out there and I experience pleasure every day. Venus is in Pisces. It's all about pleasure. It's all about the part of our mind that keeps us going. And so you want to keep that in a really high vibration and don't allow anybody to suck you down into their negative spiral. They got their own stuff going on. You just have to have compassion and exclude them at this point because you need to focus on you. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching this Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Sagittarius. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. So Pisces energy is opposite the energy of your ruler. And I like oppositions. Oppositions are points. They're not extremes. They're here and here, and all they do is want to meet in the middle. So what they are very, very interesting conversations. They're interesting conversations because they bring up valid points that then makes you think. They're not extremes where you're never going to agree. They're conversations where, wow, I never looked at it that way. And you may initially want to argue it out just because you want to be right. But then when you go off and you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, that's right. So this is compounded by the conjunction with the North Node. So you are in opposition, but this is about opposition that's making you move away from the past and moving toward the future, moving away from isolating yourself and moving forward to a new outcome. So you have big dreams about an idyllic family home or life, or the way your home looks, or what kind of home you want, or where you want to live. You just have this really beautiful picture in your head. And you know what you need to make this dream some sort of monetary gain. Like for you, this is associated with your outcome. So you have a big grand picture right now. You have this family, you have this life that you want to build with this type of house, this lifestyle, the place where you want it, and you want to be there because when you go back to that source, you want it to be a place that grounds you and you feel the greatest acceptance of all as you're out there trying to change everything. What I've been feeling with your energy though is I think your tour life is grounding you. Saturn is controlling and grounding your energy right now. It's saying, hey, go out there and be free and make the impact into the world, but you're accountable to family, you're accountable to your career, life, path, destiny. You know, you're accountable to yourself at this point. This isn't about just excessive pleasure seeking anymore. This is about, there's a sense of, I've got to consider all these things, and you're remembering the life of, wow, when I didn't have this dynamic, I could kind of live the life I wanted. I could do anything I wanted. And I think it's just, it overwhelms you to understand what to align with in this energy. I mean, I do think there is a need to feel that significant immediate gratification, but when you have your ruler conjunct with the North Node in opposition with all of this beautiful healing energy, you don't get to just have that. You know that the dream is not just about you. The dream is all of it. It's the big picture. And so I think you're trying to balance and have compassion and love, and but you're still trying to consider the fact that there is a need to feel what you need to feel to keep you going. I mean, you're elevated more so than a lot of signs. And so I definitely believe you understand that I need to be pleased and I need to please others. And there's a middle ground here, and I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, you're just trying to figure it out. I love that Venus moves into Pisces in this energy, because there's a sense of aligning you with pleasure that considers the well-being of others. And it's just not all this immediate need for gratification. You're idealizing possible outcomes. That's really healing energy, because it makes you very, very compassionate to the needs of others, so you can find that middle ground in a state of opposition. I think a lot of this has to do with staying grounded in energy. Saturn is trying to control and ground your energy, plant you in a specific spot so that you have a strong foundation to then launch forward. But you have to release your ego, because in Piscean energy, it's not about ego. We fall into Aries and then it'll be all about ego. But at first, there's an accountability to your family members, to the people that you love, to your relationships. What it does is, I love this energy right before you jump into ego and get all fire-based, is it saturates you a little bit and humbles you a little bit before you jump into the big beginning of the year where we just launch forward. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Capricorn, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now for you, you are going to have one hell of a transit. And that's only because your ruler in the place of suffering, in the ruling house, so Pisces rules the 12th house. Saturn's in, for you, working in the 12th house. So and it's squaring. So you do not have control over something that is manifesting a place in that 12th house. And the 12th house is a big house. It's the house of karma, suffering. It's the house of, kind of where you lose yourself. It's the house where, where fate resides, where karmic lessons reside. I mean, it's just a very deep house. It's the ending. It's the cumulative energy of an ending. We've been building up toward this all year, and for you, there's this cumulative ending to something. To me, this suggests that I don't know if there's something having to do with some sort of programming that happened to you when you were a child. I deeply am feeling that it has something to do with the way that you were raised. It's maybe something that only a sibling can help you figure out as you are talking and maybe communicating with a sibling, working through these old issues. There's a sense or maybe the sibling is refusing to see and validate what you feel you went through. And you guys, have this intense conversation. You want to be validated for what you went through because you value this relationship and you're trying to mend and heal it. But there's a sense that you need to be understood. So there's these deep conversations going on. You're going to feel a lot of confusion in this energy. You're not going to know what you're really feeling. I think for you, it's a sense of to me, when I feel this energy, I feel like something has been repressed. And it's deep, deep in your mind. And you may have just created almost a false sense of security in this area. You created some sort of false picture and just stuck it in place of what really happened. And I deeply believe that that's something that you're going to work through in this energy. I feel like you're going to be just very unsettled, very moody, very hot and cold in this energy. As the energy flushes this from your mind, all this water energy purifies your mind in a very dark place. A place you may not even know exists. I believe that when we do that, we act out our stress in just very strange ways until we can identify what it is. And for enlightened souls, we're pretty fast at identifying and then we apologize. For people who have these memories and they're so repressed, you have no idea what it's washing out. You just feel these floods of emotion. You're not used to having all this emotion. You can't compartmentalize. You can't, your mind is distracted. You are scattered. This is not you. You're not a scattered person. You're in control all the time. There's a lack of control in this energy, I deeply feel. And I think you're going to want to harness it and try to control it. There lies the square. I want control over something that I'm feeling. I want control over something. I want control over my mind. I want control of the direction of my thoughts. And there's going to be this feeling of like, I can't do it. And so you're going to want to immediately pleasure seek because Venus is in Pisces. And the negative form of Venus being in Pisces is I need something to make me feel good right now. I'm out of control. And for me, I feel that drugs, alcohol easily makes you feel the immediate relief, the need. Something extreme, I feel like you're going to want to do. Or you're going to be strange and you're going to isolate yourself and you're going to be strange that way. But whatever it is, it's going to be like extreme for you because what you like is control. So you could be overly emotional and people are like, who are you? Like, you're never this emotional as you work through this energy. So I would take very good care of you. You deserve to really protect your energy right now. You're very easily pulled into a square. Whatever's going on deep inside there, honey, you got to heal it. You got to face it. You've got to acknowledge that there's this weakness in your soul, because this is also where we deal with our strengths and our weaknesses. It's where we overcome, you know? So as soon as we can acknowledge it, then we can make a plan. You guys can create your goal and you can overcome it. And then you're that mountain goat on that ridge, getting up the ridge of a slope that no man can barely get up. So I'm not worried about the length of time it's going to take you to overcome this. I just feel like the realization is going to be shocking. For some of you that aren't seeing something that you deeply need to see in this energy, just remember that this is a transit and energy comes and goes, and you need to get in touch with your feelings. Sometimes you lose touch with your feelings when you become so goal-oriented. It's not bad that you're becoming in touch with your feelings in this energy. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, dear Aquarius. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now, for you, this is going to be difficult. Saturn is squaring, your ruler is squaring off with Pisces energy and Jupiter as well. So Jupiter is expanding the need to make a freaking change. It wants it now. It's impatient, some ritual, some routine, some sort of maybe way that you're hiding something from yourself, or somebody's hiding something. There's some sense of deception associated to me with this. This is a sense you need to be a spy in this kind of energy. For some of you that aren't seeing what you should be seeing, there's a sense of people telling you what you want to hear. There's the realization that what they're telling you that they value you, when really, honestly, they don't. They don't value you the way that you hope. There's a sense of reality in that. Thankfully, Saturn and Uranus are in this beautiful trine right now. So there's a lot of support from your ruling planet. So I believe that friends are just blowing smoke up your butt. Like, I do. I believe there's a sense they're telling you what you want to hear. Because I think they want something from you. I mean, that's what I feel deeply in this energy. I feel like you're not at ease about the past or an ending that caused you to question what you value about relationships, what you value, the contributions you give. You just, there's an ending, and the ending, you didn't get to work through the ending. You just bottled it up and shoved it in the back of your mind. that ending does not make you feel the value. And so what you're doing is you're then creating a world around you that is making you align with a better path. There's a feeling of suffering in silence for me in this energy when I did your reading. Perhaps there's a loss of a dear friend that is haunting you. You may be connecting with the dots regarding all of your karmic relationships and what they had in common. And for you, there is something that you need to release, something that you are very hypercritical of. So for you to move forward, I think you need to deal. You need to deal with the past. You need to confront it. You need to be honest with yourself about what you went through, how you suffered. I think you need to really acknowledge, and I believe that for you, if you really stand up for yourself and you really talk about this, and this could have a lot to do with siblings. You may have to have some conversations with siblings. Friends may encourage these conversations, or vice versa. A sibling may encourage you to talk to this friend that you feel that you're lost, that you're just kind of still clinging to. You may find it easy to attract attention, but there is a routine that in your partners that you are hypercritical of. Perhaps you are attracted to a specific type of partner. There is a karmic routine that I feel like you deeply repeat. A karmic lesson that you deeply repeat over and over again. You can see it in your partnerships if you sit back and kind of take a look at this. Maybe some of your friends have told you about it. Maybe some of your partners have, your siblings, your neighbors you've had conversations with them and they're telling you, hey, I noticed this is what you always do when you're in a relationship. Venus rules partnerships, unions, and relationships. It also rules the pleasure that you seek from those interactions, the pleasure that you seek in the world. It also rules money. So maybe those dynamics you need to analyze, whether or not you're aligning with a partner that is financially secure or not secure, and you're having to always support that partner. So you need to analyze what it is that you're attracted to, because the common denominator in this energy is you. I don't know why, but this is a big change. You need to change this ritual, this routine that no longer serves you. And this is a release of this. So I feel like this is an accumulative ending of this particular karmic lesson that you're in, but the realization is not pleasant. The realization is that the accountability comes from something you do, or something you accept, or a boundary that you don't secure, or there's a specific part of you that was not fulfilled as a child. So there's this karmic cycle you've been on for some time to acknowledge what you didn't have as a child and to work through that. And I believe you're at the end of this karmic cycle. Chiron is in Pisces, and that's all about the ending and then helping people through and find their way later down the line. But you've got to achieve this goal yourself initially. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching this Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next Astrology Corner. Hi, dear Pisces. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner. This is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Pisces. Now, this is all happening in how you see yourself, your identity. You are trying to really honest. Your clay's been saturated. We talked about this before. Neptune and Venus and Mercury are all in Pisces. So this is all about a mutable energy, but in your identity. What you're doing is you're realigning yourself. You're a very fluid energy. So whomever you surround you, whatever partner, whatever significant union that you have in your life, you often shapeshift into. And so the realization in this energy is you don't got time for that anymore. You need to shape your own identity because you need to stand out and you need to align yourself with your career, life, past destiny. How can others see the significant thing in you if you can't see it? Because you're so busy trying to be appeasing to other people and mold into whatever they want to be. So Jupiter is your opposing energy. It is opposing you. So a relationship is giving you it's mirroring a deficiency right now. I think it's fabulous that you're going through this. Hopefully it's somebody that you respect and align with enough to where that mirror that they show you is something you want to change. You know, because others teach us where we're deficient. They teach us our strengths and they teach us our weakness. We either fall in love with them or we fall on our ass. So I definitely feel that you validate this person. This is an opposition, not a square or a quincunx. So this is somebody that you definitely value enough to make the change. But I definitely think it's difficult because there's a sense of criticism. There's a sense of wanting to pull back. There's a sense that you're suffering from what they said. There's a sense of being hypercritical of yourself. There's a sense that you're trying, you really want this answer, but you're confused, you're scattered, your thoughts, it's just very hard. So what ends up happening in this energy is that you just want to align yourself with routine and just go through the motions of life because you don't want to deal. And that is what I deeply feel in this energy. So, be mindful not to idealize or fantasize about standing out or getting too much attention. What you're going to do is you're going to have the realization that you need to change something about you, and then you're going to escape into your mind and idealize something else. The fantasy of, if you just figure out your career, life path, destiny, then you know what, the fame and fortune is all going to come to you and it's just going to be wonderful. Or they're just going to appreciate you, or they're going to give you the recognition that you desire because you don't value something about yourself. And so what you're doing is you're waiting for all this public opinion to give it to you. Relationships, you think that attention, you think that recognition will fill this empty bucket. But there's something in your side of your soul that you need to love yourself. You know, Venus is in Pisces. It's in the first house for you. It's in self. So you need to love yourself. You need to build relationships that value what you see about yourself, how you identify yourself. They need to see you for you before you get all big and famous, or before you go out there and you try to change the world, or before you go out there and you creatively express yourself and they identify you with whatever that is. You need to have them see you, the significant relationships anyway, because those are the people that stand by you when the recognition is gone, or when what you idealize you get. In the end, if you ask any famous person out there, honestly, it's just about that one person that stands by you to the very end of time. When you're not famous, when you're not being recognized, that's the sweet energy, and that's because that person saw you, not what you molded yourself into. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next